Night TV, joined by manager Steve Cunningham after the 3-1 defeat at Leek Town. Gaffer, a 3-1 defeat on the score, but definitely not a 3-1 defeat on the performance.
No, I wouldn't say so. I think fair play to Josh and his team. When you look at the scoreline, people are going to think we've got absolutely battered, but I think for 70% of the game, I think we were the dominant team. We had a lot of the ball. I thought first half, I thought we were excellent. We've gone 1-0 up with a really well worked goal that we did in training. We looked the part first half. I don't think we've had much to do in terms of defensive side of things, and what they did have to do, they dealt with. We've conceded a penalty. Sean's adamant he's not touched him. I just think when you go into a challenge like that, you're giving the referee maybe a decision to make, but it's just one of them things that he's gone for it, and that's the result. But then you expect people to do the jobs, and we've gone into the half 1-1. We've come out and we've started really positive, to be fair. Louis White's had a shot within a minute of the restart. Again, we were dominating the half, and then out of nowhere we concede from the edge of the box where we've tried to play out, and then again the third one, a penalty. So I mean, we've lost 3-1 to 2 penalties as well. It's like, it just looks like a battering. The problem is we're in a bad place at the moment. You know, I mean, you don't look at the team the way we played today, for anyone who's here, and go, that's a team lacking in confidence. I mean, we played some brilliant football, really good football, but the end result, it says 3-1, and you know, fair play to the lads from Leek. They're down there, they're fighting for their lives, and they, you know, at the end of the day, they deserve the win in terms of the scoreline. But I think performance-wise, people might look into that a little bit more than they will do. I certainly won't be as, I mean, I was more angry last week against Stockton. We've lost 3-1 today. I know we'll come back because it's just minor little things. 3-1's 1-0, it doesn't matter. You've lost the game. So to lose two penalties, it obviously rubs a little bit of salt in wounds on the scoreline. But there were some positives out there. I thought Marcus Carver was excellent today. You know, really ran his stones. I thought Sam Baird was excellent. I thought Mitch Rose was excellent. So yeah, I think there was loads of positives. It's just a shame that we're in a rut, and it just looks like we're trying to throw the playoff chase away at the moment.
Yeah, you sort of just taking the next question off me there, because I'm going to go and ask about
Marcus. Oh.
No, about Marcus Carver. But yeah, you know, a change in shape for the Robins today. You know, you mentioned Marcus there, he coming in, making his debut. Took for the Robins, which we've not seen since the start of the season. But then, you know, you said we got that goal at the edge of the area, the second goal. We've gone through at the back. You're taking Sean off, you took Josh off, and it was a makeshift back line because you wanted Tom, Gilly, Marcus and Darius on. Yeah,
at 2-1 down with 10-15 minutes to go, when they've scored the third, let's get it right. The back two was Matty Waters and Sam Baird at the time. We've had to throw Gus, you know, everything except the kitchen sink at it, but you do that because I'd rather lose 3-1 than not have a goal. And at one point on the pitch we had Tom Denton, Carver, Gilly, DC, Alburn. You know, you just need to try and get the ball in the box, and we huffed and puffed a little bit, but I don't think we hurt them too much at that stage. You know, just lacked a little bit of quality. They've defended really well as well, you know, and dealt with it. It's not like we peppered them in the second half, but when you look at the chances that we had, though, Darius Side's got to score in the first half when he's on the 6-yard box. Mm-hmm. DC's just got to square it to Marcus Carver, and at that point it's game done. So, but we're nitpicking at opportunities that we had and we didn't take them, and unfortunately we've not took our chances. We've made a couple of bad judgments in terms of the penalties, and we got beat 3-1, so we've got to lick our wounds a little bit. The only saving grace at the moment is the teams below us have obviously dropped points, but we can't keep relying on people dropping points. You know, we've got a big game now against Hebburn, but we're another game down, and I'm pretty confident that we'll still make the playoffs. I'm really confident on that. You know, I think sometimes you just got to keep calm heads. We're a win away or a performance away from turning it around a little bit. Problem is, we don't want to scrape into the playoffs because you might as well not be in them because you're going to get tucked. It happens all the time. We don't want to just limp into them. But loads of positives to build on, definitely.
Definitely, and going into Hebburn, you mentioned Hebburn, the next Saturday, Willowwood Day at Hurst Cross, obviously a fantastic cause that the club are supporting with all the proceeds of the gate receipts going to Willowwood Hospice, a local hospice in Ashton. But on the pitch, Gaffer, you know, 6 without a win now, it's a good game to turn it round back in front of what should be a bumper ground at Hurst Cross.
Yeah, Cunny out shouts, isn't there?
Absolutely not.
No, I think, like I said, it's calm heads. Listen, You can look into it. We've not won in 6. People say we're low on confidence. That performance wasn't a low in confidence performance. It's just we're just getting done by every bit of luck at the moment, and we've just got to turn it around with one performance and a result. And I'm sure we can against Hebburn. We only played them a couple of weeks ago. We know what they're capable of.
How does that work for you as a gaffer? Obviously, we played them 3 weeks ago. We're going to be playing them 2 weeks ago. We played them again next week. Does it give you a bit more of an insight into what they're probably going to do?
No, because their team was completely different. They were missing quite a few players. We were missing quite a few on the day. So it'll be a completely different game. I don't know how they've got on today, actually. I don't.
Lost.
They lost.
Against Guiseley.
Right, so, you know, you look at that and go, you know, they'll want to turn it around and get a result. But look, we've got some games coming up that we've got to win. We've got 6 games left. We win 3 of them, we're in the playoffs, because I don't think the teams now can catch if we win them points. So, you know, it's on us. It's all in our hands. Listen, the reality is we're 5 points ahead of the playoff line with 6 games to go. You can look back at the last 6 games and say we've not won, but if you look back over the 20 games, we've won enough games there as well. So, listen, our form will change. I've no doubt about that. We've got some real quality players in that dressing room. We had a deep dive last week. Today was a lot calmer, even though we've lost 3-1. I've lost my head a little bit, but that's another day for another story. But yeah, I just think we've got to back the players. I'm certainly not as angry as I was last week. I've seen enough today to know that we're a little bit of a bit of luck our way as well. Maybe someone making a mistake, giving us a penalty, winning 1-0. Things change in football, very much so. But just on that as well, congratulations to Macclesfield as well. I believe they've won the league today. So, you know, as much as we have the banter and stuff, best team have won the league tables don't lie. So congratulations to Robbie and his management staff, especially with Nigel Keogh being there. He's a good friend of mine, one of my best mates.
And former Robins.
And former Robins, exactly. So, no, congratulations to Macclesfield. And yeah, listen, it's down to us now. There's a real good foot race between 3 or 4 teams, and we've just got to make sure that we come out at the front of that.